Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to my Bloodborne Boss Guide series. In this first episode, we'll tackle the loading screens. No, not really. We're going to be looking at the Cleric Beast. This boss is located on the Great Bridge and is likely the first boss you will encounter in the game. It's worth mentioning that he is entirely optional, so one strat is to just ignore him for now and come back later in the game when your character is much more powerful. But if you're like me and you have to take him on as soon as you find him, I'll help you out. So first you'll want to prepare a few items coming in if you're new to these kind of games. The combination of oil urns plus molotovs are a good way to deal large amounts of damage to the Cleric Beast. He moves around a lot and his hitbox is smaller than it seems, so be sure to time your throws as to not waste any resources. You can also summon NPCs to help you with this fight. Now if you don't yet have your beckoning bell, trigger the boss fight and either die or use a bold hunter's mark to exit the area. Travel back into the hunter's dream and pick it up off the ground. You might as well spend any echoes you have on some early levels while you're at it, since this will activate the doll to help you level up as well. Next, find a symbol on the ground that looks like this. Examining it will tell you to use the beckoning bell on it if you require assistance. Use one insight and ring the bell while standing on the mark and it will summon an NPC. If you're not standing on the mark, it may not work. Now if you attempt this fight before defeating Father Gascoigne, a summoning mark may appear in one of two locations that will allow you to summon him. If you have already beaten the Father, go and talk to Alfred, an NPC down by the Cathedral Ward. He will not only give you fire paper if you accept this offer, but also enable the ability to summon him for certain fights. Same as with Gascoigne, find one of these symbols on the ground and ring your bell to summon him. Once you're actually in the fight, the boss has a couple of major weak points. The first is his head, which you can deal heavy damage to very quickly in the fight. Shooting it twice with the Hunter's Pistol, or 5 times with the Hunter's Blunderbuss, will cause the boss to stagger and lower his head to the ground. Run up to him and perform a visceral attack with R1 to deal a ton of damage. This can't be done repeatedly, though some have reported doing it again after he uses a limb restoring ability later in the fight. Speaking of which, his other point of weakness are his limbs, though the smaller arm is the most recognizable one. Constant damage to the small arm will cause him to reel in pain for a few moments, opening up even more attack opportunities. Attacking his legs or other arm can achieve the same result, though it may take some additional hits to do so. Also, if he uses a limb restoring ability, you can hit him in the small arm again to stagger him again. Other than that, try to stay close to the boss, dodging his attacks and landing quick strikes as he recovers. Don't just constantly backpedal away from him. With the NPC here, the Cleric Beast will also waste a lot of time attacking them instead of you, so make use of that as much as possible. As for the preferred weapon, since it's the start of the game, all 3 of the starting weapons are pretty effective here, though I personally prefer the Saw Blade the most for its high DPS. Thanks for watching my guide to the Cleric Beast. I'll play out a full fight on the screen right now just so you can see how bad it can be to spam throw your Molotovs, especially if you aim for the head. For more Bloodborne boss guides, be sure to stay tuned. Until next time, take care.